Hi, Peter Bernstein, Senior Editor of TMCnet.com, and we are at ITEXPO in Las Vegas in the Rio Hotel, just off the trade show floor. And we are delighted to have visitors pop in to tell us about really new and exciting things. And we have Stephen Rosenblum, who's the Business Development Manager for, as you can see on his shirt, Mobotix, video surveillance.
Mobotix.
Anyway, whatever we want to call it, where we want to put the emphasis.
As long as you buy it, I don't care what you call it.
As long as you buy it, we don't care. The video surveillance, very hot subject. Very important in the IT world these days. Video, for a whole host of reasons, is finally starting to happen in our lifetime. Tell us a little bit about the company, and tell us why this has been such a great show for you.
Our company is, the way you can look at Mobotix cameras, different than any other video surveillance solution, is we're more of an IT device. Or even, you can even say we're a telephony device, since we include a SIP server in every one of our cameras. So we're really geared to the networking side of the business, as opposed to just being a device on the end of the network that you have to manage. We can actually help you manage other devices on the edge of a network. So we're really, the best way to say why we're at an event like this where I see no other video surveillance cameras is that we're an IT device. And if you're in the IT world, you're going to love working with us.
There's a caveat on that. We are in Las Vegas in a casino. We're under surveillance.
Yes, we are. Yes,
What do you see in the market?
Well, in the market of surveillance, I have to preface this. I come from law enforcement, and I was in law enforcement for quite a while. I even deployed surveillance cameras in law enforcement. And what I found was the expectations of people were just to capture video and then see if you can do something with it later. And Mobotix, I chose to work for Mobotix. And Mobotix is different in the fact that we can deter crime with our cameras. We can do stuff, we're an intelligent, logical device at the edge. We can deter crime and make things happen to prevent the crime from happening, where you don't even need to worry about video at that point. It already solved the issue, and we don't have to go later after the fact to do.
So give me an example of crime. You're the first person I've spoken to who's talking about proactively being a deterrent and not just keeping an eye out on things.
I'm going to go into a little bit of background. So with the San Diego Police Department where I worked, we were doing a lot of problem-solving policing, and one of the aspects of it is CPTED, crime prevention through environmental design. And in that, you're trying to create a scenario where the crime doesn't happen there anymore. You know, it's just not going to happen there. Not how do we catch the crook, because that's not the answer. So with Mobotix, we can do things that do CPTED. So an example, if we were trying to protect this area where we're having this interview, typical camera systems do what's called motion detection. They create boxes, and if pixels change, an event happens. The problem with our industry is that that's unreliable, and you're going to get 80, 100, 200 alerts every day, every night, and people turn the system off. Again, coming from law enforcement, it's like that alarm that goes off every night. We just don't respond. We can't respond every night to that same alarm. It's the same idea. So what we do in Mobotix, we're a very intelligent device on the edge. We don't track motion, we track movement. And if there's a movement in your property, the first thing my camera could do for you, if somebody comes into your property, my camera could make an audio announcement out of the camera, no other devices. Beep, 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 you've entered a secure facility, you're being monitored, police have been notified, leave immediately. Well, the first reaction—
I like that.
Yeah, well, the first reaction, you can go on to Google and check this out, the first reaction from any crook is going to be,
I'm out of here.
No, they're going to look around and go, what the heck just happened? We can go beyond that. Let's say they're a little bit more motivated. If they keep moving in, and we can do directional based stuff, if they keep moving into your property after 10 seconds, 20 seconds, we can then turn on lights, or a flashing blue light, or strobe light, or whatever you need. If that doesn't deter them, which it will, but if that doesn't deter them, we could then have a secondary message. Beep, intruder, we now have your complete identity. Police have been notified. Stay right where you're at.
So the differentiated value really is the intelligence.
Exact, an IT intelligent device that speaks the HTTP language and also can control can speak two-way to any other device on the network. Really interesting there. We can get really deep into this. I know we don't have time for this.
Yeah. Let's go back really quickly. What's excited you about the show?
What's exciting to me is you've got, I'll just say an example, a telephony guy who's in with the data centers or in with the company. They're already doing business with the company. And right now they know they need video surveillance or some additional stuff, and they pass it off. They don't go for that business. And when I talk to them and I say, why? You're perfectly suited to do this business. You're perfectly positioned to do this business, and we will help you. And they look at that and they're going, I can grow my business. I can go into segments that I've been pushing away and capture more of the business. And that's really exciting. That's who I want to talk to.
Well, especially as your law enforcement background, you know that more and more areas are coming under surveillance.
And I'm not going to get into the Big Brother discussion.
London's the big place, but New York now, where I live, any place in Midtown or downtown, you're under a watchful eye.
And I don't want to discredit any other camera manufacturer, whatever, but the problem in today's world is the quality of the video. And as a detective with law enforcement, most of the quality of the video was not that good, and I couldn't solve any crimes. Another distinction with Mobotix said it is high quality every frame. So there's a little bit of a difference. But yes, it's necessary. I know we don't want to have video, but for what we need to protect, we have to have it.
Anyway, we could go on for quite a while. This has been fascinating. Mobotix, differentiated value in the surveillance industry, name to remember. Thanks for stopping by.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.